Hello, everyone, and welcome to Style Esports Season 6. I'm your host, Shinkari. I'm joined today by Fury. We have two teams raring to go for for everyone today. We have Cosmic Remix versus Mythic Esport. Fury, how you doing today?
I am doing great. I'm hoping that the chat is doing great because it's definitely not the last that they have heard of us. We came together. We did cast Cosmic Remix on Tuesday. Played a very nice set coming out on top over Flash and Gage. This time around, they are going ahead against Mythic, a little bit of a higher rated team, so they are kind of the favorite to win out here tonight. But Cosmic could definitely pull it out. Played a very nice set a couple days ago. And as we're flying through the bands here, I'm seeing a couple of pretty targeted bands coming out
E-
already.
Yeah, for sure. So the Viego and the Fiddlesticks bands here from Mythic are targeted at the at the Cosmic Remix jungler Linola here, who played a pretty well Viego game in their game against Flash Engage. So this is definitely something that they want to be worried about coming into this game. Udyr, Jhin, and Seraphine being banned by Cosmic Remix. Udyr is a little bit of an interesting ban, especially with the 11.4 changes, buffing a lot of the anti-healing items, and then Seraphine with Moonstone Renewer being nerfed. Perhaps folks don't really know what's strong yet in the meta, as this is like with any changes, as you know, this is day one or day two of patch 11.4. So folks maybe just be like, okay, Seraphine is strong regardless, even with the nerfs to Moonstone Renewer. So let's just not do
it. Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think CRX banned this exact same three champions against their set in Flash and Gage. Could be a little bit mixed up on that Jhin band, but Udyr and Seraphine were definitely two of them. So maybe just a couple of champions that they aren't quite familiar with playing against, don't really want to take the risk against it if they have a couple of people who are popping off on the Udyr and Seraphine. But I am already surprised at these Gragas and Nunu picks. Those are, I mean, not necessarily popular picks. Gragas a little bit more so, but I haven't quite seen him too much except for in the top lane.
Yeah, it's interesting. We did see Tetadure play Gragas in their game against Royal Griffin, and I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't completely convinced by their Gragas play, but maybe they know something I don't in going into this matchup. Maybe Gragas is just a safe pick regardless.
Yeah, maybe it's just something that they've been practicing on and trying to get better on, trying to get the format together of that composition a little bit stronger so they can really pull it out, try to draw bands from it at least. Going back into the second half of these picks, we're seeing the Olaf band. I do like that. Olaf is just one of those champions who, even though he's kind of fallen off, I don't want to say fallen off, but there are junglers that have been picked up over him recently. He's still a very straightforward very strong
Right.
champion for sure.
Yeah, it's just for me that like we've seen a lot of the stuff directed at Udyr. We've seen nerfs directed at him. We've seen nerfs directed at the some of the items that he normally builds, and we've also seen buffs towards things against him. Like a lot of the times we see Udyr being picked because it's very hard to run away from him with a chem tech, uh,
Mhm.
and it's very hard to run away from him. Like what is normally how you play against Udyr, and then he has a lot of self healing on top of that. But like we've seen, like we talked about, like what I mentioned before, anti-healing items have been buffed this patch, so who knows if we'll be seeing more of those. We do see Tarek though, Volibear being picked up now for Cosmic Remix.
A lot of Glacial Boys coming out for
Mm-hmm.
Cosmic Remix. All in general as well. Ash was picked up by Mythic as well. CRX going for a very sort of straightforward protect the Senna comp so far. Not a whole lot of damage built into the playstyle for them, but it's going to be a lot of CC, a lot of peel. Very easy for Senna to sit back and relax, except for when this Gnar comes through. If he's got that Mega Gnar charge and he can hop over the Volibear, Turek, and Nunu for an ultimate if it's available. Senna needs to be careful on that front. So CRX probably going to be picking up pretty strong mage, I would
Mm.
imagine, for the mid lane here.
Yeah, and it looks like Gragas was a bit of a flex pick here. Ooh, Lux also being picked up as
Hmm.
well. But I did have something in my notes about Lux. It looks like that might
Lulu
be
Jungle, here we go.
oh, you know, I let's do it. I'm ready. my
Machine
headspace
Gun
is.
Lulu in the jungle.
Yeah.
No
On
one's
my.
gonna see it coming.
Yeah. We'll pick up a Prowler's knife. Why don't we just pick up a
Yep.
Prowler's knife too?
Easy game. And
Easy game,
here's
easy
the
life.
Echo. I did not expect the Echo. I thought we were going to
Mm.
seeing a heavier mage there. Echo going to be a little bit harder to get into the front of Mythic there, get through Lux, Gragas, and Ashe.
Hmm.
We'll see how that works out eventually. But yeah, I'm imagining we're seeing Gnar top, Gragas jungle, and Lux mid with the Lulu support, right? Pretty
Yeah,
straightforward on that part.
yeah, that seems about right. I think Lulu is a really good support for Ashe. It's because of the amount of just decent damage that Ashe already has built in her kit from her passive, like auto critting and stuff like that. And I think just giving her attack speed buffs on top of that is just very, very important.
Yeah,
Um,
Lulu's one of those champions where it's like Ashe, Twitch, Vayne, go ahead and just win the game, basically win the lane.
mm-hmm. Easy game is win lane, win game, as the kids say. What do you think about this Nunu and Willem pick here?
I like the Nunu pick. The only thing is, I think it puts Linola in kind of a forced position, if you will, where he's kind of going to have a spotlight on him if he misses any objectives. Because Nunu Willem, you're picking him to secure these objectives. Dragon, Rift Herald, Baron. He's got 2 smites built into his kit. If someone comes through and we see a steal, we're looking more so on Linola, how do you miss that versus, oh, that was a great steal.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more pressure on his shoulders for sure when it comes through for his team and trying to grab those up.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest things about Nunu's rework is just the amount of early gank pressure that he now has. I mean, the big snowball, like Nunu is still pretty efficient at taking neutral camps, but having the big snowball and especially with phase rush being able to be procced with his E like pretty quickly too means that you won't be able to dodge the snare that follows up on the second half of that spell. So this is definitely a lot of pretty strong engage, especially with the Volibear as well, and strong follow up with Tarek and Senna and Echo. So definitely an interesting team coming out of Cosmic Remix here.
Yeah, if we see Linola sit in the bottom half of the map, which is where I would imagine he would go to, Tedadure could be an easy target up top if that hop is down as well. But I think the real synergy comes from the bot lane. Like you said, we have the Snowball into the Senna Snare, into the Dazzle from Gold Shot as well. That's a very locked down bot lane. It'd be hard to miss a lot of those as well without Keswordy or One Wall having to just blow flash to get out of there. And Lulu, you know, she has polymorph, but in order to use it, she has to get pretty close, and the closer she gets, the more susceptible she is to that snowball. So it's kind of either we need to flash out if we're overextended, or One Wall is going to just have to die for their ADC.
Yeah, for sure. So now that we have everything locked in, tell me about what you think about both these team compositions and where do you think these junglers are going to be putting their attention?
So like I said, with Linola, it should really be focusing the bot lane. But if top lane is going a little bit worse for wear, because obviously Gnar into Volibear, I think Gnar has a little bit of a gap over the volley, if played correctly. So if that is in fact played the right way, Linola will have to go top to try and shut him down. You do not want that Gnar scaling up, because that Gnar is really the only source of getting into your backline. This whole comp for the side of CRX is literally just protect the Senna. You don't see a whole lot of damage on the kit. Of course, you do have Echo, but Echo, he's going to be way out in front fighting the front line of Mythic, or just trying to get into the back line without getting absolutely blown up by all the CC from the Lux, from the Ashe. So we're going to see a pretty straightforward from CRX. Protect Senna, Mantidy's going to have to get very strong. So that's why I'm imagining Nunu's going to be going bot. On the other half, though, Mythic, Master Kill is going to have to go bot lane to shut down those ganks from Linola. He's going to have to get Ashe ahead. Lux, I think, should do perfectly fine on her own in the mid lane. That should be a pretty straightforward fight for her. Throw out, poke, push a little bit, back off. Don't let Echo get too close to you. Make sure that Nunu's not around so you don't get absolutely blown up. So Master Kill just has to convey that information to his mid laner, say, I'm gonna go bot, and we're going to get picks off with Lulu and Ashe and just scale our bot lane infinitely, try to get a late game Ashe as early as possible, and hope to end this game maybe by 25-30 minutes.
Right. And I think it should also note really quickly that Tedadure on the Gnar, I actually am really excited for this because the last time I saw Tedadure on Gnar, he went like 17-1
Oh,
or
Jesus.
something. It was like absolutely insane. It was either Tedadure or and if I'm wrong about this, I'm gonna be very upset because I just have a clear memory in my mind that sticks out, and it's just like, hey, remember that time that someone had a bad game one and then they picked Gnar and then they went to absolute town on like the entire enemy team, and it was really almost upsetting to watch. Yeah. So
we are getting confirmed by chat, so no worries. We're getting confirmed that yes, it was in fact Tedadure. So if that's the case, I'm excited for that. Then that's a 17-1 Gnar. That's a very, very scary champion to be 17 kills on.
Yeah, but
especially if he's going tank. So
jeez,
that's
but with that, we are going to take just a quick break as we get into Summoner's Rift here. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back with Game 1 of Cosmic Remix versus Mythic Esport in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Summoner's Rift. We have Mythic Esport on the blue side and Cosmic Remix on the right. On the right. Excuse me. I mean, I guess that's technically correct.
They're both correct.
I mean, yeah. I guess I'm right about that one. Okay. It looks like some early wards are coming down. For the red team here and the blue team as well. Pretty typical starts, nothing too out of the ordinary in terms of any sort of masteries and just yet. Well, this is looking to be pretty good. I'm excited to see Tarek, honestly. I'm a little upset that no skin has been picked. Huge fan of Lifeguard Tarek. But you know what? You know, some people just don't have skins for the good Tarek.
It's all about armor of the 5th age, Tarek.
Oh, you know,
that's the
way
way to go.
No. You see, that's the one. That's how you know that you don't play Tarek.
Nah,
No. If you don't play Tarek, you have armor of the 5th age, Tarek. everyone who doesn't play Taric has that skin, and you have to show off that you actually play the champion and have like Emerald or like Lifeguard or his like one D&D skin.
Armor of the Fifth Age just exuberates gems, is all I'm saying.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, it
Okay.
definitely does. I think this is a very traditional start for both teams as well. Looking through here, nobody going too crazy yet. Both bot side starts for the jungler. Pretty easy. I do like how the fact that those words were placed in the exact same place on both sides. Both got hit once by the respective supports as well, and nothing more happening with it. So no one gets spotted on those wards either. Looks like Linola's going to get a free pass to his red. So no one knowing where each other are starting. Nobody had really any vision from it. And both junglers on their top side here. The question is whether or not they will contest at top scuttle, or if one will go scuttle and the other will go bot. Looks like Linola missed one camp on the bot side, as did Master Kill. So I'm expecting a little bit of contesting around the top side here, since there's not really much going on for the bot lane for them.
Oh,
Linola looking top.
Oh yeah, Linola already has the snowball charged. He's coming right in here. He's going into the lane. He's going to find the knockup. He is. And they're getting a huge chunk of damage on Tedadure too. It's not going to be first blood, but that is a huge amount of damage early on. And Tedadure also spending his flash.
Yeah, it really is. But Linola did get caught low there. Master Kill is in the top side as well, in case he finds Linola going back into his jungle. Oh yeah. He is going to get spotted out, it looks like.
Yeah. He's going to be forced to back away here. Sad Master looking for something.
Ooh, almost stops the back.
Yeah, okay. So the back is completed. That does allow Sad Master to be like, okay, I'm not going to be able to gank up on the top side, so I'm just going to pick up the Krugs.
Yep, you do grab Krugs. Hopefully go back and grab that Scuttle Crab, because Linola is heading down to the bot lane to grab bot Scuttle at the very least. He will be spotted out on it, though. Couple nice wards in the river there, coming from the side of Mythic. So they're going to definitely see Linola there, and hopefully know to back away, as to not see a repeat gank of what happened in the top side, where Tedadure lost his flash very early on.
Ooh, gold shot, picking up a stun here. Stopping the back, making it a little bit awkward. I thought for a second he wasn't going to land it. Ooh.
These are some risky backs, man. I don't like them. I'm not a huge fan of backing in the middle of the lane. Oh, CX Lotus in trouble.
Yeah, that's going to be the immediate flash body slam. He's going to be knocked up to the air. He's rude as well. He's now in the stun zone, so he's going to be able to dash away. Linola doing a good job there for support. Ash coming in with a little bit of vision, but they're not going to be able to get anywhere close anytime soon. So it looks like they're both going to back off. Not any first blood just yet in this game.
Yeah, and right there, if I'm Mythic, that's kind of a loss. Master Kill losing his flash, and CX Lotus didn't even have to flash away from that. Was able to just kind of walk away for free. Linola didn't use flash either, so we saw some used for just a little bit of a decent trade. CX Lotus does have to use TP to get back to lane, so there is at least some kind of advantage they get from that in the mid lane for Papa Puss, but that was right on his back timer anyway, so doesn't really get too much out of it.
Yeah, we do see wards being cleared around the dragon here, as both teams starting to posture around it. We see both the mid laner and the bot lane for Cosmic Remix here, looking towards that first dragon. This is an Ocean Drake, so that does mean some good staying power in the lanes for whoever picks it up.
Yeah, an Ocean Drake would have been a really good mountain for this game. Ocean Drake or Mountain would have been really good souls for this game. But Ocean already being taken off the board for that. It is a very good first Drake for either one of these teams. So I'm just strange that they never went for it right there when they were jockeying around it. I thought we would have seen a fight open up. Maybe just waiting for a little bit better positioning in the mid and bot side before going for it. Make sure they have kind of a guaranteed drag rather than a 50-50. And like I said, with these objectives, Linola should have the objective secure with the Consume Smite.
Yeah, Consume and Smite is very, very strong, yeah, and it's already level 3, so this is... If they don't have vision on it, it's very easy for Linola to go and sneak it here. He might actually have it.
He's definitely starting it. working on it with CX Lotus. Ash has spotted that out with the Hawk shot. We may see an attempted steal, but said Master Kill on the other side of the map.
Yes, with Master Kill on the other side of the map, this does mean that Linola has a pretty good shot. Oh no, that's okay. Papa's picking up the kill here, and one wall, one mustache, flashing forward to picking up the kill as well. You might have gotten the dragon, but we got first blood and 2 kills. Way to go, Mythic Esport here. Who do you think comes out on top of that trade?
That's, I want to say Mythic for sure. They get the first blood gold. They pick up a second kill in the meantime as well. The only problem is Kazverdi, for some reason, walking into gold shot mentality, but looking for another trade.
Yeah, gold shot just is the wrong place, wrong time, buddy. Said Master Kill coming in for his namesake here. Just coming in, getting that Master Kill. Just walking up and auto-attacking these.
And what I thought may have been a bad play, because Wordy looked to be just kind of baiting out the bot lane of CRX there, and it definitely works. Mythic Esports coming out very on top now from the last time you asked me. They secure another 1,000 gold, essentially. They're up 1,500 at the moment. And so, yeah, drag for 3 kills with First Blood being one of those kills. I take that any day of the week.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 1.5k gold at this stage is like the difference between like maybe another like completed smaller item and like who knows where that will lead in terms of like laning this early on, but it's definitely something to be noted of, especially with this Lux making it a hard time for this Echo in the mid lane to even farm.
Yeah, the thing is though, Echo's still pretty ahead in farm as well, but she is poking a lot. She's punishing him very hard for it. CX Lotus, really, the only way to stay in lane here is by chugging those corrupting pots. Sitting up about 15 CS, so not too terrible, but he is down 300 gold overall due to the kill and assist that Papapus had grabbed down there in the bot lane. We're seeing a repeat gank in the top.
Yeah, here comes in the big snowball from the side. They're going to be able to knock Tedadure into the air. The absolute zero is not going to land. And now Meganar is going to look to turn this around. He finds the stun out of Volibear, and he's not going to find the Gnar smash, though. Really, really great flash. Really, really great timing. And looks like no kills are going to be used up in the top lane here.
Tedadure, you have to throw out that ult quicker. CX Lotus going in.
Yeah, he's going to deal a huge amount of damage on the Papapus. He does get the dash over the wall. He's not going to use the ultimate to get back into fight into Lux. He's just going to use her to try to scare her off the minions out of the lane for just a little bit.
Surprised on that as well. I think CS Lotus would have been able to pick up that kill. Maybe just a little nervous about being within tower range there. So decides to play it safe rather than potentially die. We'll go back in though.
Oh, yeah, that's a huge amount of damage right off the bat. Forcing the barrier here. Here comes the return final flash. Is not going to be able to find it. And I know it's called Final Spark. I just like that.
Yeah, same thing. This is Flash Spark. Oh, bot lane here. Going in. TP.
Yeah, Goldshot taking a huge amount of damage from this stun here. He's going to land it, but he's going to have to trade his life for it there. Kayoko teleported in, and now the Lulu ultimate is keeping him just at bay because Wordy dealing a huge amount of damage, kiting him away, and now they're going to be forced to back off. Wow.
Incredibly ambitious TP, but it may work out if the fight continues onto Linola. But yeah, you give up a lot for that TP there. Tedadure is free up in the top side because your jungler is not up there to counter it. You had CX Lotus having to back there off of that scuffle in the mid lane, and now Tedadure is just grabbing free gold up there. You lost someone in the bot for it as well. So definitely not a worthwhile flash overall.
Looks like they're still trying to make this gank happen. Here comes Linola in from the side. They're not going to be able to find the snowball onto Kazwordy. Will they be able to find the snare, though? There it is. Snared up inside the absolute zero. He's taken very low. That's going to be the ultimate from Snena picking up the kill here. One wall, one mustache, one shutdown. Nunu's going to be able to pick up the kill onto Lulu here as Kyoko and Tedadure fight in the top lane. Tedadure looks like he's going to come out on top in this engage. Wow, 2 for 0 across the board.
Yeah, that what looked like a pretty bad start for the side of CRX there end up coming right back into fruition with Linola with that repeat gank. Because Wordy and One Wall One Mustache getting a little bit cocky there, overextending by a long shot, and they just are not able to see Linola coming in time, and they both pay for it. The only sum remaining is One Wall One Mustache. 2 very nice kills. Still a 1600 gold lead over to Mythic at the moment. And we'll see if those kills net anything on this dragon that's coming up in 8 seconds.
Yeah, and this might give them a little bit of an advantage. Ooh. Okay. I'm getting tricked by the mini-map here, but directed camera is like, no, dog, there's nothing to look at here. Just keep moving on. With that, yeah.
Oh, Lotus.
CX, yeah, CX Lotus jumping over the wall here, forcing Papa Puss to flash. Papa Puss throwing out the ultimate, and Zedmaster Kill is there to follow up as well. CX Lotus is going down, and it looks like this is the go button for the blue team here, because Wordy throwing out the stun, but it's going to be a little short since it's not that long range. And now Gold Shot, ooh, that's not as much as an invulnerability as you'd like, as he taken incredibly low here. The slow from Ash is going to let everyone else follow right up. Man, 2 for 0 in favor of Mythic Esport here.
All right, I'm going to wait till this little fight up in the top side dies down, because a lot just happened. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did we also talk about CX Lotus not ulting in his favorite spot? Oh my god, he's going in. What are you doing? Tedadure, you're nuts.
Oh my gosh. I love Tedadure. Mark me down as a Tedadure fan. This guy rules.
Okay,
oh my gosh, I love
he's
him.
still going for it too.
Oh, he still wants for it. Oh my god.
I don't want to say anything until I know that
Think
that's
about
done.
his kids at home, dude. Come on. Can't do this
Okay,
to
I
him.
think he's backing off here. CX Lotus is moving up. But yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. On Tuesday versus Flash Engaged, did we talk about CX Lotus, his lack of ulting as well? Like in his game as playing Echo, we only really saw it a couple times. How does he die in that situation and just not push R?
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you're like, hey buddy, you got that R button, don't you?
Yeah, he had all the time in the world to push it, but just he's waiting till next game, saving it.
Ooh, Linola forces the flash here. Zedmaster Kill coming in for the counter gank. Nothing is being done just yet, but both teams are going to back away.
A decent engage in the bot side. We're not able to find anything though. Unfortunately, missed a couple of those abilities. 1-1 mustache forced the flash as well. And we are seeing Mantidy and Gold Shot pushing into the bot lane. Meanwhile, on the top side here, another skirmish.
I think my favorite thing about Tedadure is that he must be a Street Fighter character because he plays footsies with Gnar's auto attack range almost perfectly into this melee matchup, and it's amazing to watch.
Oh, this Nunu is super fast.
Yeah, Linola coming in from the jungle here. He's going to land the root onto Ash here. Here comes the Absolute Zero as well. Mantidy dealing so much damage onto the backside here. One wall, one mustache, picking up the kill onto Linola. Meanwhile, the top turret is going to be the first to go down, and the scuffle in the bot lane ends with a 1-for-1.
Very nice play all together. Starting with what you said, yeah, Tedadure, very fancy feat on the Gnar. Plays it very well. And bot lane there, that was a decent turn. They find jungle for jungle with it all. The support, one wall, one mustache, was the one that picked up the kill, which you gotta say is something that hurts a little bit, having all 3 kills on the support for one wall, one mustache, but I guess kills are kills, right?
Yeah. As I like to say to people who play support, it's like, ooh, that's a lot of damage on CX Lotus, and Tedadure is coming in from the top side here. Zedmaster Kill with the flash and the chem tank. He's going to pop his ultimate, going to try to find the kill on the Papa Puss. He's going to be able to find it, but he's going to be the return kill that's going over to Tedadure. As let's see if this rampage can start once again on Gnar, because he now has 1 kill and 0 deaths.
Yeah, at 120 CS right now, almost as much as his ADC, and just as much as CX Lotus in the mid lane. I will say in that fight there, Papa Puss maybe not being aware of where that Echo ult was going to come back on. Maybe he just thought CX Lotus wasn't going to push the button again and he was safe. CX Lotus is able to find that kill, trade the 1-for-1, and it looks like he might find a kill in the mid.
Yeah, Linola. Ooh, double knockup, double stun. Very well played. Now, Zedmaster is taken very, very low here. Linola is going to be able to pick up the kill, and now the focus is on Tedadure. Are they able to find the stun? They're not, but now Tedadure is like, oh, I know your cooldowns. You can't fight me, but I'm going to throw out as much damage as I can, and he's going to back right away. 1-for-0 in the mid lane.
Yeah, right there, I believe Tedadure might have found the kill until Linola had the consume not been up with his 3 auto passive. He is doing an immense amount of damage. The only problem is right now, Koyoko is free to farm up in the top side and obviously getting more waves of CS with the fact that his first turret is down. And you don't want Koyoko to be able to free farm on Volibear. It's a little bit of an issue if left unchecked for too long, especially with the fact that he was down over, I would say, 50 CS at some point. It's shortened up to 30, now 20, which may not seem like an issue, you know, but when you're seeing a swing that big in CS, because you're able to free farm in a side wave, that is still gold going over to you, and it's what looked like a deficit. Now you're not too worried about, because he's backing and he's able to find a finished item now. He's able to finish off that Frostfire Gauntlet.
And but I think the big thing here is when it comes to the top lane, I think and I'm gonna keep touting about Tetadure here, because in this previous game, I think one of the big things about Tetadure is that he was able to find that early advantage, and then instead of just staying top lane, he was roaming around the map as we see him right now, trying to get more advantages for his team. I mean, he's soloing Rift Herald right now. You can kind of see it on the minimap if you take a look.
Yeah.
Nars just kind of dancing around. He's getting that Rift Herald by himself.
Yeah, already down to 2,500 health as well. Nobody is aware of it either. Cosmic is none the wiser on this, and meanwhile, the rest of his team is jockeying for position around this Air Drake, and it looks like we're seeing a big engage from Linola.
Yeah, Linola not going to be able to find the snowball, and that is huge. Looks like Mythic Esports is doing a good job of just kiting around, and now the Dragon has started up, and Kyoko is going to be the front line for this fight. That's going to be the Ash Arrow to peel off CX Lotus. And now Linola is looking for another knockup, not going to be able to find it. Linola is now the focus. He's taken so incredibly low. Nars going to get into the team. Lux ultimate across the team, but is not going to find any kills. Kyoko is looking for the kill on the Mustache, but he is just kiting so well that shield is going to save his life. That Q is going to be able to find the kill, and Tete Dure continues his rampage across the back line as Meganar 1 for 4 and a dragon and Shelly in the bottom.
That is a huge play coming from Mythic there. I'm surprised that Tedadure didn't drop the Rift Herald in the mid lane as he was walking down, but that's really my only problem with that whole play coming from Mythic. I think everything else was very well played. They waited out Linola's snowball. They all kind of scattered a bit because they knew it was coming. Bantidy.
Oh my god, Tedadure, no!
Wow.
No! Think of the children, Tedadure! How could you do this to them? Oh my gosh, so much damage from this. 4-0 as the Gnar rampage begins on Sin Summoner's Rift with Tedadure. Oh my god.
This is definitely a play-by-play game. We have 1 kill a minute. 19 kills, 19 minutes into this game. What was I saying?
Sorry. If it makes you feel any better, I do like the sound of your voice, and I do miss when you don't talk anymore.
Trying to figure out, like, I want to talk about a play, but, you know, it's like, okay, now that play happened 5 minutes ago, and we can't really talk about it anymore. And then Tedadure comes out, kills somebody, and the whole things change. I can't talk about that anymore. So I guess we'll just go back to the Dragon play real quick before anything else happens. So on the Dragon play, they baited out Linola's snowball. They baited out Goldshell's ult, which was used very early, I should say. It wasn't really in the middle of the fight either. It was kind of right before it, and nobody was able to capitalize off of it. So congratulations on that fight to Mythic for playing extraordinarily well. And it looks like we may have another fight getting ready to come out here. No, they're going to back off just for now.
Oh, never mind, though.
Oh,
there's the Ash Arrow. Is going to be able to find out Linola here. A huge amount of damage. They're going to use the explosive cask as well. That was 3 ultimates just to find out the kill on the Linola, but they were able to find it regardless. Tedadure fighting CX Lotus in the bot lane here. Going to do a whole bunch of damage and take out the turret. He does have TP, so it might look like he's looking to TP towards this Baron here, friends.
Yeah, we say they used a lot for the 1 kill, but that's a very important kill when it's Linola, the only, you know, one with Smite on the other side of the team, and they've got 2 people down in the bot lane trying to stop Tedadure, and this is what you want to see in someone split pushing. You need to be able to move your pressure around the map, force 1 or 2 people to come after you while your team just easily takes Baron. 21 minutes into the game. If that doesn't show you how strong Mythic is right now, I don't know what does.
Oh my gosh. It's just so... This is just so incredibly good. This is just Tedadure being an MVP in this game right now, just forcing two people. I watched for a second Goldshot like walking down towards Tedadura's like, dude, don't do it. Dude, back off. You're Tarek, man. You can't fight this 4-0 Gnar right now. Don't be a hero.
Yeah, I don't think Echo Tarek win that fight. Maybe if he uses ult, I don't know. That's speculation until we actually see it happen. But right now, Tedadure needs Volibear and needs Linola on him in order to find a kill. Those are really the only ways that he gets shut down.
All right,
here comes the snowball again.
Yeah, not going to find any initiation here. Just trying to scare folks off. We do see a bit of a 1-3-1 forming here. We do see like a little bit of less attention in the bot. I'm assuming that they're going to do a little bit of less attention, like maybe just catch this wave and then move back towards mid, considering that the inner has already been taken. But that's my guess of what they're doing here.
Yeah, I'm a fan of what they're going for. It's just not being put into practice too well because bot lane is still wide open for CS Lotus to push. Tedadure going to go ahead and grab up a top lane tower for free. But when you have Baron, you want this 1-3-1, which is what they have now. Because you need to split the pressure around the map. Tedadure is unmatched against just Koyoko, and they have to send someone else to go up there. If they send someone else to go up there, it's a free push in the mid lane. And if they send someone else to go up into the mid lane, it's a free push in the bot lane. So Baron is where you need to get your towers off. Tedadure, he'll be able to just jump away from that fight there, but he is destroying these towers. TP from the back from CX Lotus.
Oh, yeah, they really want to go into Tedadure here. Here comes the biggest snowball ever from Linola, but it's going to get blocked off and not exactly coming in just yet. They haven't landed the snare either. Tedadure is just so slippery, and Setmaster going to use the explosive cast in order to get them away. And now are they going to counter engage? It doesn't look like they are. It just looks like they want to posture for maybe this inhibitor here.
Yeah, that was a very nice ult. That was a 4-man ult from Setmaster. Oh, he dashed into it!
Oh, no. Papa Puss is going to be able to find the kill on the CX Lotus. That's a huge snipe there by the final spark. Here comes the biggest snowball ever. Not going to land. Going to land on the Setmaster, but it doesn't look like it's going to be able to capitalize very much. This is a huge hashtag Baron power play being done by Mythic Esport here. They picked up let me guess, 1, 2, 3, 4 turrets, 2 inhibitors after the Baron call. Like, that's insane. Not to mention, like,
to a dragon.
Yeah. Jesus.
This is massive gold swing in their favor. A 10k gold lead at 24 minutes. That is just an extremely strong team coming out. It's going to be really hard to shut them down. You know, I hate calling games super early and, you know, when the game's not over yet. But right now, it is looking dire for Cosmic Remix.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And like, usually at this stage, like, and I you know, I'll pose the question to you. How do you think Cosmic Remix gets back into this game?
The only way to do it now, this early on in the game, if a team cannot fully end the game after taking inhibs, it's bad for them because you're giving gold over to the enemy, right? If you take a tower and then an inhib really early on, but you don't quite know how to end the game, all those super minions are just gonna filter into the team. They're gonna be able to farm easily off that AXP, and Lotus is dead.
God.
Why? Okay, here's what's baffling me. Lotus has no business being that far out. He is the main source of AP damage on his team, obviously besides Linola, but let's take Linola out of that. He needs to be the one shutting down these super minions because super minions have no MR. He needs one to kill those. He needs the gold.
Setmaster flashing in. He's going to miss the body slam though, but it's going to. I don't think it's going to pose much of a problem. Nar's going to throw the enemy team back into his, and now Setmaster kills the focus, but he's too tanky. Final spark coming out from Papa Puss once again, and they're just going to focus the Nexus turrets here. Now 3 members left on the side of Cosmic Remix as the whole team of Mythic Esports is now pushing on to the Nexus here.
This is surely the end of the game. Lotus, is he dead again?
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, he hasn't taken a huge amount of burst damage yet, but he is diving onto one wall, one mustache here. Maybe pad his KDA just a little bit more. Let's see if they can finally take down Tedadure after all this time. 5-0-1 to make it 5-0-2. Tedadure maybe going deathless just another time. Final spark coming across the Summoner's platform, but this looks like a game for Mythic Esports to win.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, wow, wee wow. 20-6 with a 13k gold lead. All 11 towers, every structure on the side of Cosmic has fallen to 0. Mythic held every single one of their towers. The only thing that was given up was a singular dragon, which was still almost stolen by Papapus, where he got the kill, and then there was 2 kills in the jungle. So even when they lost an objective, they still came out on top.
Yeah.
Just in the whole thing, they played an extraordinarily strong game.
Yeah. It was absolutely insane. This match was so one-sided, and the problem is, what makes me feel bad is that at the beginning of the game, Cosmic Remix was looking pretty good. Like they had some pretty strong like plays here and there. They were trading back and forth. It didn't seem like they had any sort of like one particular lead. And then one team fight around Dragon, they got a 4-for-1. They were able to pick up Dragon. They picked up while this is also important because Gnar was solo killing the Rift Herald, came down to Dragon fight, won the Dragon fight, and then they split and got mid and bot and damage on the bot enter at the same time. And that swung the entire game in their favor.
Yeah, that is kind of the textbook definition of when I see a team get Baron to make a play with the Baron. When I see, I swear, when I see teams grab Baron and 5-man it down the lane, it infuriates me because it just shows that team doesn't understand macro. And seeing a team actually be able to 1-3-1 it's been so long since I've casted a game where a team has grabbed Baron and actually done a 1-3-1. So it just makes me happy to see it. Mythic look really strong coming into game 2. If I'm Cosmic Remix, I don't even think you need to worry about draft. You need to talk about the macro plays, where they need to be at every time, because I don't think it's a problem in the micro. I don't think it's a problem with their fighting. I think a lot of their fightings, a lot of their ganks were played expertly well, but it needs to come down to having a serious talk about where everybody needs to be on the map at when.
Yeah, agreed. But with that, we are going to take just a quick break as we get ready for game 2. Don't go anywhere. Style Esports will be right back with Cosmic Remix versus Mythic Esports. Hello, everyone. Once again, my name is Shinkari. I'm joined by Fury. We are getting into picks and bans of Game 2, Cosmic Remix versus Mythic Esport. And Mythic Esport won that last game pretty handily after a huge snowball of gold around the dragon. So, Fury, how do you think Cosmic Remix gets back into this game here?
Oh, like I said, they don't really need to change too much on their drafting. It really needs to be hopefully in the middle, of that break there. They kind of talked about uh, really who's going to be calling shots, making sure they listen to those shot calls, making sure that those are the right plays to do at the right time. That's all it's going to come down to because they still played well last game. It looked very one-sided, and it came out to be very one-sided, but it didn't have to be that way. There were just a lot of macro mistakes that came through from Cosmic Remix that can be touched on, and we could see a completely different team this time around if they make those changes. And speaking of different teams, Skarner Aphelios, something that came way out of left field for me right there.
Yeah. Oh no.
Mythic's just
Oh
running
no.
it back. They don't have to change anything.
I mean, they have to. I mean, excuse me, just a little bit of a burp there. Cosmic Remix has to be banning Gnar here, right? They have
Maybe.
one more pick. But
or do they just ban the Olaf set again? I don't know.
Who knows?
I think it's
Let's
funny
see.
now that Olaf was. I just realized Mythic first picked Gragas last time too, so they must have thought it was Gragas top lane as well. If they banned out Olaf in the second part of that set,
right?
There
it is. Yeah, there he is. Goodbye.
Yep. And Mythic just going deep into CX Lotus's picks here as well. They're banning out all the mid lanes.
Yeah, I mean Yasuo is still open. That's a champion that CX Lotus has a lot of.
Nope, Yasuo's second banned.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Sometimes I need to use my eyeballs, and read.
There's at least the Echo that's still open, I guess, for him. But Tedadure is not going to grab that Gnar this time.
Yeah. Which, I mean, there was a couple of champions that we saw Tedadure on in their match against Royal Griffin, but I didn't expect to see the Jax. Ooh.
This is why you don't first pick GP, man. I'm a huge GP player. This is not going to be fun.
Yeah, you don't want to blind. It seems like you don't want to blind GP into a Jax matchup, and it looks like Lux is going to be picked up here for Mythic. So pretty much the same team comp. Yeah. A little odd that Jax is being the filler for Gnar here. What do you think about the Jax pick?
Jax pick isn't too bad as if he's just going to continue the split push. When I saw GP, my first instinct was to pick Alawi, though. I like playing Alawi into GP. I hate playing against Alawi as GP. She's just a really strong, really good champion. Darius could have worked as well. I don't know too much about Tedadure's team comp, or not team comp, excuse me. I don't know about his pool, and that's a Silas, by the way.
Okay, yeah, that's a Silas, not a Shaco. I was like, whoa, okay, first we had Skarner, now we have Shaco. Where's the Shaco going? I was like, ooh, yeesh.
Yeah, he's going to go mid with Silas, though, which I do like. He's got a couple of nice ults he can steal, mainly the Lux, though. Ashe would be good for an engage, and maybe Gragas for a pick, but he could steal the Lulu ult for Aphelios, so we'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, I usually like Silas on teams with some more impactful ultimates. Like if there was a Hecarim, if there was like Fiddlesticks, like we see here as well. Like I'm not completely convinced by stealing Final Spark or Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Just has to be the best ultimate that you take here because like Jax and Lulu and Gragas are just kind of like they're okay. Like Gragas is probably the better of those three, and like Final Spark and Enchanted Crystal Arrow are probably the better ones to grab. But yeah, I'm not completely convinced by the Silas pick here. Perhaps this is just CX Lotus, like, hey, I'm just good on Silas in general, and being able to pick up the Final Spark means that I can be, I can be mobile and I can go and gank and have like long range kill potential. But who knows?
I think what he's looking more for is the fact that, last game didn't do too well in the lane phase. Maybe he's just picking Silas because he wants a better laning phase against Lux, not necessarily looking for the later game.
And we also have some some completely different picks from Cosmic Remix here. So tell me, the Skarner pick is definitely interesting to say the least. I'm not convinced. I mean, I watch a lot of Captain Flowers too, and he certainly looks good there, but I don't know. Like, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the Skarner pick. Maybe it's like, hey, Skarner is like the same idea as Udyr, where like you press the chem tank and then you're kind of hard to actually run away from, and has some good targets to like pull into the team, but like, you know, how good is Skarner as a champion in general?
Yeah, that's what it's gonna come down to. Really, just how good Linola is on the Skarner. But from what we've seen, Linola is really good on these kind of hard engaged champions.
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw him on the Viego. Fiddlesticks is getting banned out for a reason. He did very well
Yep.
in the Nunu. Skarner's only engage is about 120-second cooldown on his ult.
Yep.
That's it. There's not really much he could do. He might be able to take a decent 1v1 into said master kill if he ever, finds him in the jungle. But I can't
Mm-hmm.
really think of any more situations other than that where he's really going to thrive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it all comes down for Skarner. It comes down a lot to if you are looking to 1v1, if you have your towers active. That's a huge part of Skarner's play. If you 1v1 someone fairly early on top of your towers, I think you win a lot of the time. I'm not going to give an actual number because I don't want anyone in Twitch chat being like, "Hello, 70% win rate. Good job." Like and then I'm losing in the middle of something, but I think Skarner is mostly strong in the early game, like on top of those turrets, on top of his towers, should I say, not turrets. And then, what do you think about this Aphelios Blitzcrank bot lane?
That could be a very promising lane. I like the Blitzcrank. I think that's a really good pick. Aphelios, I'm not, like you said with the Skarner, I'm not really set on. Same as the Silas, I think it's kind of a good pick if he pops off on it. But Blitzcrank and other champions, I think, are a little bit better. Like if they
Mm-hmm.
go Blitzcrank Kaisa, Blitzcrank Senna, you can go Blitzcrank MF. I think are all better options than the Aphelios. Obviously, I could be wrong. Mantidy might just go off on this champion, but I think there were better options in play. And instead, I think looking at the lane, as long as we dodge the hooks on the side of Mythic, they should be fine.
Yeah.
Dodge those pulls, those rocket grabs, and Keswordy one wall should kind of look the same as they did in the last game.
Right. And this is going to be interesting to watch Cosmic Remix because this is a pretty different team comp from what they had before. Where not a single champion is being repeated here, and as in difference to Mythic Esport, where only one champion is different from before. So it definitely will be interesting to see how this game plays out. I think I really like Cosmic Remix's team comp here, and I think that Linola has put himself on a champion that once again has decent engage and has some pretty good time, has decent good time taking those neutral objectives in the river. So, um, if we put game one out of our heads, which one, what team comp do you think you give it to
Looking at the team comp, I really still have to give this to Mythic.
here? Mm-hmm.
I mean, mainly on the fact that it's Jax versus GP. No matter
Mm-hmm.
really what happens in the rest of the game, if Tedadure gets one kill in the first 2 minutes, it's going to snowball into the end of the game. Like,
Right.
that is just a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Jax with a kill that early on, he's going to come back in the lane. He's going to take another fight. He's going to take another fight. And Koyoko only has one flash. He only has one orange every 10, 12 seconds, depending on what level he is. And
Right.
hopefully he's maxing it, because if Tedadori jumps on him with that counter-strike, he's just dead.
Yeah. But yeah, I kind of agree. We've seen Tedadure. Oh wait, I guess we'll have to take this discussion a different time as we are getting really close to the loading screen. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to be in Summoner's Rift with Cosmic Remix versus Mythic Esport. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a little bit. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Style Esports Season 6. We got Cosmic Remix versus Mythic Esport. We are finally on the Rift, and it looks like, interesting enough, Mythic Esport might be taking a little bit of a defensive start here. What we got
Yeah,
going on here?
I think that's smart versus the Blitzcrank. If they walk up too far, they're almost guaranteed to have to flash or die for it. So they're just gonna sit back, wait to see if there's any kind of uh, invade coming in from the side of Cosmic Remix, and it doesn't look like there will be. So I do like the start from Mythic here, playing it a little bit safe.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything that pops out to you right off the bat, level one? Any sort of like masteries, any sort of like summoner spells? What do you think?
Everything is pretty up to par. The main thing, obviously, is the cleanse on Mantidy, which realistically, the only thing that's gonna help with is the enchanted crystal arrow.
Right.
Um, where, yeah, I guess it'll kind of get you out of a sticky situation, but if anyone else is around, then you're not going to get too much done with it. I think maybe heal would have been the better call into this team. I think even maybe barrier would have been better because of how much burst is on the side of Mythic with
Right.
Lux and Ashe. But I think if you're going to not take heal in that bot lane, that could be an issue later on down the line. There's the counter strike from Tedadure.
Yeah, and this is kind of what we were talking about in the in between in our little break there. If Tedadure picks up Counter Strike level 1 against Gangplank, this is going to be a real hard time for this Gangplank.
Yeah, Coco can. Oh, here he goes again.
Yeah, that's the
gonna have to be
level
a
2
flash.
immediately from Jax. That's a
Nope.
huge amount of damage. Procs Conqueror, but he's going to back away. No flash has been spent either just yet, but this just looks like the remainder of the lane for Kayoko here, and Kazwordy in the bot lane. Jesus, man, Tidy taking so much damage here.
A very early, nice trade for Kazwordy and Mustache, forcing Mantidy to take those pots very quickly. As Kazwordy still sitting on a pot with the biscuit, Lulu still sitting on a biscuit, 2 pots. So still a very healthy bot lane for the side of Mythic. Gold Shot still has his pots as well. Still has that ignite. So if he does, I think if he does land a grab onto either Kazwordy or Mustache, with a knockup, we could see an ignite come out and a pretty decent chunk of damage, maybe even forcing the heal from Kazwordy.
Yeah,
He's going for it.
Oh yeah, and that's basically how this bot lane is going to plan out. When someone picks Blitzcrank, and this is why I ban it every time, your entire game in the bot lane needs to change. You can't play bot lane the way you normally do. Ooh, Linola and Sedmaster fighting a little bit here. CX Lotus coming in from the side. That's a huge amount of damage coming out of the Sedmaster. He's forced to flash away. Are they going to be able to follow up here? Sedmaster moving in towards the top lane here to pull him away from Papa Push, but he's going to go down. First blood going over to Linola in the river here.
And that right there is what I was worried about with Sedmaster kill on the Gragas versus Linola. You know, we were talking about Skarner not necessarily being the best pick in the world, but if he runs into Sedmaster kill, he definitely wins those trades. And CX Lotus was quicker on the draw, and they were able to find that kill on there. So Skarner already getting ahead on a kill, as well as only 1 camp so far. So not a huge lead for him, but overall still a very nice lead for the early game.
Yeah, it looks like they're also going to be posturing for this double crab here. CX Lotus finding Sedmaster.
You might just have to give that up.
Yeah. Ooh, Papa Puss is coming in from the mid lane here. The crab is already gone, and Linola is leaving. Gold Shot, meanwhile, looking for the kill onto Mustache. Is going to miss the pull. Flash is going to be spent as well as the chains are thrown away. Because Wordy versus Mantidy. And looks like he's going to force the flash away as he was right about to pop that snare. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Tedadure onto Kayoko here, forcing the orange. He's going to dash away. Tedadure is really close. He's looking for it. He gets it. That's going to be the
Does
jump.
he actually get out? He did get out. I didn't think he would get out from those towers. I thought he would have taken 2 tower shots there from how close he was. I guess not. He gets out pretty healthily. Oh, he flashed. That's why he flashed away from tower. Okay, we didn't see
That's
it.
a very early ignite from Gold Shot here.
No.
He's going to miss the hook. That's huge because Wordy's going to get this turnaround kill, but Mantidy lands the snare. Linola is here as well. He's going to try to get the last amount of damage, but the heal and the shield from Kazwordy and Lulu here is going to be able to find 2 kills, and wow, that was not what you wanted to see at all.
did not think his Wordy was getting out of that alive. I really thought he was going to fall, but really clutch shield coming in from Mustache. Nice heal being used as well. Early lead already, 600, 500, depending on the CS gold lead over to Mythic. So far, winning out in the top and the bot. The only lane that's kind of up in the air is mid right now.
Yeah. And you know what? This might be a little too early. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Gold shot. Got to step it up here, man. You can't just walk into melee range against two ranged champions, miss your most important ability, and then expect to get out. Like, if you're gonna pull the trigger, you have to make sure that you land these abilities. This is Blitzcrank 101 here, a bit, buddy.
Yeah, from face-to-face range there as well, right in their face, not being able to land that hook, that is problematic. Kind of spells out what's happening down here in the bot lane, because if it continues to happen that way, that will just pave the way for the rest of the lane. I mean, obviously, you know, a broken clock strike twice a day, he will eventually hit one of those Qs that, according to Murphy, or was it Murphy's Law, right? Where you do it enough times. Yeah, and if you do it enough times, eventually it will happen. 1 out of 100, 1 out of 1,000 times, but there is always that one. So eventually he'll land one. Will it net a kill? Is the question. Mantidy needs to get that CS up, needs to get some gold under his belt, needs to be able to grab an item to be able to finish off Kazwiri, because those shields from One Wall, One Mustache are extremely strong.
Yeah, and we do see Dragon being started up by, oh my god, is the turret tanking it? That's so funny.
It was indeed tanking it. It took the knockback as well, I believe.
Oh wow, that's actually kind of big, but okay, we got 4 members of the red team here to try to take this dragon, but that's a Skarner on top of the tower. So that's going to be an early Ocean Drake being picked up by Cosmic Remix here, and this is kind of a repeat of the previous game where Cosmic Remix was on top of these early dragons, weren't able to translate that into advantages into the mid game. So let's see how they continue to play out this game.
That is true, but this time around, no kills given over. That was a very clean dragon take by them. They don't lose anything for it. They keep their leads in both the mid and bot lane there, as well as the jungle, I should say, for Linola. So nothing lost on it. Means they do come out ahead due to that. Tedadure, however, up on the top side, not seeing any action up there. I would imagine Linola to go up there.
Yeah. There's a great hook onto One Wall, One Mustache. The aftershock is going to be a little bit of damage. Mantidy going to be able to find the kill here. Linola using that Predator, going to try to find on someone else. But said Master Kill is going to protect his AD carry, and that's a 1 for 0 in the bot lane. Meanwhile, CX Lotus going to find on the Papa Puss. That's a huge amount of damage already. The chains are good. He's rooted in place. He's exhausted as well. Going to force to flash forward. Papa Puss doing as much as he can to get away. There's the final spark. Not going to be able to find the kill. Papa Puss gets away, but both summoners are spent.
Both summoners spent. The flash from CX Lotus was used as well, so no flash at all in the mid lane. Tedadure blowing up Kyoko, but Tedadure taking an unfortunate trade up in the top side there as he's sitting in a pretty solid wave for Kyoko. And Kyoko technically coming out on top there as he eats an orange, heals up a little bit, and just looks healthy, be able to farm under tower right now. Held down a full 30 CS for pre-10 minutes, and that's not what you want to see right now. But if he stays alive, you know, when you're Jax and you get that first kill, you want to be able to continue with that kill. You want to keep getting those. If you're not being able to do that, you're giving the GP enough time to be able to just sit and farm. And even if he's down in farm, if he's not dying, that's fine. He only needs to hit level 6 and throw up those ults on cooldown when his team's fighting, and he'll just get big on his own. But Tedadure needs to continue that pressure, needs to stop shoving in the wave. Let Koyoko push the wave into him, and then take those trades. Koyoko's playing this extremely smart right now.
Yeah, but this is kind of a similar tune as we saw in the previous. Ooh, said Master Kill. Not going to land the body slam here, but Tedadure on the backside here. Linola is slowed down. He's going to find the stun, but the explosive cask is going to force him to flash. And now CX Lotus is the target as he's stunned up, but now the rest of the team is there. Gold Shot coming in for support, and they're going to find, they're going away just easy peasy as now they peel off. I'm not going to grab the Summoners, excuse me, the Rift Herald. They're just going to back away.
Summoner's Herald, that's the new one.
Summoner's Herald, yeah.
Yeah. Rift Herald is left up for now at 10 minutes in. Going to be a late Herald. Maybe, I mean, if they don't take it soon, we're only going to see one Herald in this game, which would be a far cry from what we saw in the last game. So only one this game, if they don't take it within the next minute or so. And it doesn't look like anybody's moving on to it. Both junglers on the bot side, so not going to put that pressure on them just yet, which I'm surprised. I think if Mythic takes that and puts it in the top lane, they force Kyoko to make a play, or they go for a dive. So that's actually good for Cosmic that they're not going for it right now, because that could be a big pressure push for Mythic, and Cosmic's ahead in gold at the moment.
Yeah, and this is, they did try to inch their way back after having that huge, ooh, Setmaster kill. Gonna land a knockup onto Goldshot here. He's gonna be forced to flash. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow comes across, and now a teleport coming in from Silas. There is the GP ultimate, and they're gonna be knocked away by the explosive cast, and now they're looking to get onto one mustache, but not gonna be able to find it. Kyoko. Ooh, there's a great grab onto Kazwerty in the bot lane. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Tedaduri's gonna be able to find the kill on the Kyoko. 1-for-1 across the board.
Yeah, not a bad trade. Obviously, you are trading ADC for top lane. Papapus could be in danger.
Yeah, Lynola's just not going to find the kill just yet here. Oh, where is Lynola here? We're going to follow Lynola for just a little bit, because
he's waiting around. Dragon's come up in 25 seconds. He wants to be around for it. I think Tedadure should move into the jungle here for the Rift Herald. We are seeing TP from Kyoko here.
Yeah, he's forced to teleport underneath the turret here, and with GP's ultimate and his TP down, this is going to mean that Tedadure can very easily just roam to any neutral objective he wants to help contest here. So that's a huge tempo swing for Mythic Esport here, especially with this Infernal Drake up.
And CX Lotus and Kyoko looking through the jungle, trying to find Tedadure, not realizing that he is already backed. And it looks like Silas will move back into his lane and go for some farm. And speaking of farm, that's the only lead that we're seeing is in the top side for Mythic. Everyone else kind of getting beat in the CS department. Bot lane's getting a little bit closer, but mid lane we're seeing about a 20 CS lead as we are in the jungle. So that's where most of that gold lead is coming from. Setmaster kill's dead here for sure.
Oh yeah, Goldshot knocking into the air, getting the silence, getting the stun. Now he's forcing the explosive cask as well. Papapus dealing a lot of damage. CX Lotus slowed down just a little bit. One wall, one mustache. Caught out maybe just a little bit here. All four members. No one has, there's no TP in for the, ooh, Tedadure just yet. There he is. And he's going to be able to find the kill on a Blitzcrank. CX Lotus waiting on the wings here. Not going to be able to find anything, but that's going to be a 1-for-1 around the dragon.
Yeah, and Enchanted Crystal's arrow does miss there. Meanwhile, on the top side, GP going to be able to pick up some free plates for himself. Inola, I'd imagine, is going to try to move on to this Rift Herald and drop that top as well, as there is no TP available from Tedadure. But if Mythic is able to move up, they could contest it. Looks like we are going to see Setmaster Kill move up into the top side with Tedadure here, but it's a 2v3, and this is probably going to be a Rift Herald going over to the side of Cosmic.
Oh yeah, it's a Skarner on top of his turret, and that's a very, very low Rift Herald as well.
Setmaster Kill, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, Setmaster Kill just a little too far forward. Linola, does he have the ultimate? He is going to find it, but here is Tedadure. They're immediately going to cancel it and run for the hills as the rest of them, oh, there's the ultimate to slow them down. Kyoko is now the target. He's taken very low. CX Lotus forced to dash over the wall to dodge the Lux binding, and no kills for Mythic Esport in this top lane here, and Cosmic Remix grabs themselves a Rift Herald.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to pick themselves up a turret in the bot lane as well. I believe this is, yeah, this is going to be first turret of the game for Mantidy and Goldshot. A lot of gold being funneled into the bot lane as well. They're still 100 gold down over Kazwerty. We're seeing a trade on the top.
Yeah, looks like Lionel is going to back off here.
Kyoko.
Oh, no. Getting a little too close to this Jax here. Jax is going to proc Conqueror and pick up the kill underneath the turret here. Meanwhile, Papapus, Sedmaster, and Kazwerty are They're going to grab this red buff here.
Linola.
Finding the stun, finding the suppress, getting a huge chunk of damage. Papapus is going to be... Oh, no, that enchanted crystal arrow is huge. CX Lotus dodges out of the way of his body slam, and not even the explosive cast can kill him. Now Linola is the target, and Keswordy is throwing so much damage. CX Lotus dashes back in. He's trying to find the kill, but he's so big from Wild Growth. One wall, one mustache isn't going to be killed by anyone. He's just going to get executed, and that is basically an incredible 1-for-1 there, or a 1-for-2 rather. I didn't see the score go down. I think so.
No, Scar did not die there.
Okay.
It was CX Lotus that fell. One wall, one mustache, as well as Papapus. Keswordy finding a very nice kill for himself, a nice shutdown as well. A lot of gold going over to him. But I do want to point out, Papapus killed himself on those raptors. When he ulted, he hit one of the raptors and stood in there, got body blocked for too long, and ended up dying to them. Would have lived if not for raptors being alive there. Unfortunate for himself, but either way, I don't really know who comes out on top there. I think the shutdown on Ashe is really good for what they got. Silas is now sitting at 3-1, however, with that Everfrost as well, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, did just get a buff as well. So he's looking pretty strong at the moment compared to Papapus's Lux. And it looks like what we talked about in the draft is coming to fruition. It's more of a Lotus trying to counter the Lux and get ahead, more so being worried about stealing ultimates.
Yeah, so really quickly, the change to Everfrost is just its build path, and then it gives you a little bit more health, gives you the glaciate damage is a little bit higher now, and the cast time is a little less. So definitely a buff across the board for the item. Still pretty good for the for CX Lotus, I'll say. Especially on the Silas, so...
Tedadure, potential trouble up here. He's got a 3v1 situation coming up if he's not careful. He's no vision, he's going in.
Oh yeah, he's immediately going in. There's the Counter-Strike, looking for the kill on the Kyoko, but Kyoko's going to not only flash, but ult back in. Kyoko, you might have gone to the wrong place at the wrong time. Tedadure getting strung up as well, and that's going to be so many people thrown top lane to shut down Tedadure. Was it worth it, Fury?
I can't say it was just yet, but the thing is, Mythic is not capitalizing on anything. For some reason, Lux is in the jungle, Sandmaster Kill is with one wall in the jungle as well. I don't know why they're not pushing literally anything for that. They just got TP out of CX Lotus from the top side, and it looks like Keswordy just finished the back as well. They get absolutely nothing off that, and I want to give that advantage to Cosmic Remix with a very solid play for them. What could have been bad if Mythic had done anything else in that situation ends up being extremely good for them.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get a decent chunk of damage as my game bugs out and has Shelly ramming into the turret but stay in the exact same place. And they're going to find a... Yep, gold shot, just a little too out of place here. I mean, Mythic Esport was able to set up vision around Dragon, but I don't think that's too much of a victory for them. It's
not. Yeah, I mean, if they even win the Dragon, I mean, Sandmaster Kill's down a whole level over Linola on the Smite here, and I don't think they have a better team fight at the moment with the fact that Papapus is kind of far behind at the moment. Tedadure is going to be around for the fight, but there's a lot of CC on the side of Cosmic, especially if Goldshot is able to land the Q. Or Linola, with that ultimate coming up very, very shortly, could even turn this fight around.
Sandmaster just running on the sides here, trying to find a pick here because Cosmic Remix is separated right now. Not all 5 members are together. All 5 members of Mythic Esport are. So
this is what Mythic wants here for sure. They want them to come through this funnel. They have definitely the position over the Dragon right now. It's going to come down to the fight that ensues afterwards, though.
Okay, able to pick up Wild Growth here. The Dragon is started. Linola's running across. He's stunned. He's rooted. He's polymorphed. He's down to half HP. He's forcing to use the Lulu ultimate on himself, and now they're trying to turn around immediately onto Tedadure, and Tedadure is drawing all the aggro to himself as the rest of the team is able to collapse. There's now 1-for-1, and they're back onto the Dragon as it's starting to reset 4v4 now. CX Lotus trying to find it, and he's not able to find it. He's going to get rooted up. The blue team is going to pick up the Dragon, and now the rest of the fight continues. There is the stun, the suppress onto Keswordy, and he's going to go down. The rest of Cosmic is trying to find the kill here. The slow is it going to be enough? It doesn't look like it is, and they're going to peel back as they pick up 3 kills for themselves and only 1 death in response.
Yeah, very well played there for the side of Cosmic Remix, coming out on top of what could have been a disastrous play. Mythic picking off a quick kill early on, and they're going to take not the dragon, but they will take multiple kills and a mid lane turret for their troubles.
Yeah, and that's like a pretty big pickup, especially considering the timing of Aphelios' chakrams. That gives him a huge amount of attack speed again, and lets him take turrets fairly easily. So, 3 turrets now for Cosmic Remix being taken. Opens up the jungle of Mythic Esport a lot more. So, let's see if we'll be seeing some roams from Silas and Skarner into this jungle here.
Definitely a completely different Cosmic Remix than what we saw in the last game. They're very far ahead at the moment. Kill, 3 towers to 1, as well as 3k gold. So they're looking really good at the moment. Looking down the list, GP really starting to become a champion now that he's got an item and a half under his belt. Tedadure just didn't escalate that lead as much as he would have liked to. And 1-1-1 mustache. Need to be careful here.
Yeah, gold shot knocking him into the air, but the rest of the team is there to respond. Come on, man. I was just getting a ward. Did you really have to do that?
Bot lane here, Tedadure versus CX Lotus.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Tedadure definitely knows his 1v1s very, very well. So he's definitely taking these the second that CX Lotus has some drop in his abilities in between these ability cooldowns and such. So definitely very well in the 1v1 for sure.
Yeah, Linola hovering on the bot side now, so Tedadure needs to be careful going in versus Lotus. He's taking a lot of tower shots for free, and here comes Linola.
Yeah, Linola's coming in for the side. He's going to be spotted out by a ward. So Tedadure is going to back off just a little bit, stay relatively safe. Gold shot also coming down as well. I think they're just going to back off as they continue to do this 1-3-1 push with no Baron buff. So, I mean, at this stage, you just have to as Mythic, right? Because Tedadure has been drawing so much out.
Yeah, I mean, right here as well, like, if Mythic just had any kind of warding on the other side of the map, or at least put something down to where they could spot out Cosmic, they would know there are 4 members of Cosmic down to the bot lane to where they can push a lead in the mid or top, but they're just not doing that at all. Cosmic is somehow getting away with very bad macro decisions, but at the same time, they're getting away with it because Mythic is making worse macro decisions.
Right.
And it's really just at this moment a battle of just the lesser of 2 evils, kind of looking at these two.
Yeah,
teams.
CX Lotus might have found out 1-1-1 mustache here. He definitely found out 1-1-1 mustache. Goes down super easy here. Now in the bottom lane, Kyoko fighting Tedadure. He is underneath turret and hit by the GP ultimate, but it isn't going to be enough. 1-for-1 across.
Yep, 1-for-1 indeed, with kind of a lead for Mythic because Tedadure got the ultimate from Kyoko, so won't be open for this Baron. If it does get contested, it is spotted out by the Hawk shot, and it looks like we might see it. There's really not a lot of damage on the side of Cosmic to be taking this dragon either.
Yeah, ooh, man, Tidy getting a huge amount of damage on the Papa Puss, though. The explosive cast being picked up by CX Lotus. And let's see if they're able to find anything
TP from
here.
behind.
Yeah, here comes Tedadure in the push. He's going to find a huge 3-man stun and so much damage. The Skarner ultimate is good, but in the head, there's no one there to follow up because everyone is 6 feet under. Kyoko teleporting in. The fight's
Kyoko,
over, buddy.
What are you doing, buddy? That fight
You
was
gotta
over
change your name to
10 minutes
Byoko
ago.
at this point. Jesus. Oh
Man.
my god. That was absolutely disastrous for Cosmic Remix, and Mythic Esport have found their way back into this game here.
They're going to get a free Baron for that as well. They say, thanks for the leash. We'll be taking that off your hands now. All 5 members are going to grab that Kyoko. I don't know what that TP was. Besides just a mistake. I don't know if it was called for and not told to stop, but man, that is unfortunate there. A huge swing over into the side of Mythic. We've already seen what they can do with the Baron power play. Dragon's up in 10 seconds. We'll see if they started off with a drag here.
Yeah, and this is yet another Mountain Drake, which is just going to make them that much harder to kill. And, you know, some of these team fights will come down to very slivers because these 2 teams have been fairly close throughout this entire game, and just getting raw stats is pretty big. So, and that's basically that's all they've been getting, just raw combat stats, and they're going to pick up that dragon very easily. So, what do you think Cosmic Remix now needs to do? Are they going to match the 1-3-1 split? Are they going to maybe, maybe do a 4-1 and try to put more pressure onto Mythic Esport? What do you think?
I think they need to just match it. They have been winning in the team fights. That last one, I don't want to call it a fluke, but it was just poor macro on the side of Cosmic with the back timers and the positioning. Maybe the fact that they really didn't heavy focus on the Baron. They were kind of, some of them were fighting it, some of them were splitting off of it, didn't really know how to pull the trigger on that. So I think if they have a structured fight, they can easily win it out. But right now, we are seeing a base race of sorts with Silas up on the top side and all 5 members.
Yeah, they are able to find one wall, one mustache, but oh no, it was definitely not worth it as Mythic Esport was immediately able to turn it around. Meanwhile, in the top lane, CX Lotus is now 1v1ing Tete Dure, but he's going to just escape with this. Never mind, Tete Dure just keeps wanting more. He's going to pick up the ultimate from Jax to try to survive, but she's just healing so much, and you just can't take him down. Jax is going to be able to pick up the kill as the rest of Mythic Esports continues to push.
The game?
Yeah, it could be. Now the rest of the team, and now the bottom side Nexus turret is now the focus. Linola coming in. All right, he's looking for something here. He's very fast. The chem tank is going to proc. Looks like they're just going to back off.
Yeah, not quite the end of the game. I want to say Mentality kind of saving that game there with that ult. That was huge. Did a massive amount of damage to all members of Mythic. They didn't have Tedaduri up in the bot with them to help try to get some more out of that, but he's going to find a kill. He's going to find a mid lane turret as well, and he might find himself dead if he's not careful.
Oh, Linola immediately, it looked like he just had the ultimate and then chose not to do it. I'm a little confused. Maybe he just realized that Jax was level 16 and was like, oh, that's his, okay, yeah, no, I'm out of here. Yeah, goodbye, bye.
That's the power spike. That's the master spike. It's the end of the game now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen Jax with a couple mountain drakes and a mountain soul. But it's very hard to kill Jax with those tank stats on him, especially now that he has 3 items with the Triforce Bork and Sterix Gauge under his belt. Very, very strong Tedadure. What started out was kind of, I don't want to say a mediocre Jax playing at the beginning of the game, which, but it is kind of saying that, he got a couple of kills and didn't continue on with it, but he's come back and is now showing what Jax is supposed to be doing at this point in the game, and it's going to be very hard to stop him.
Yeah, and the dip in the mid game must have been Cosmic Remix just focusing him in the top lane, just sending multiple people over and over again to try to shut him down. But, when Jax gets ahead and, he's able to farm just a little bit, turns out he hurts.
Yeah.
A lot.
And I will say that is one of the main reasons why I love watching split push comps, because it's very hard to deal with a split push comp if the split pusher's ahead, because you need to send 2 people after him, and then you have weak mid and bot lanes or top lane, wherever he's not splitting, because then you have 4 members against your 3, and we are seeing an ultimate come out from Okoko just to stave off the minions there, and that's not what you want to see from a GP at 30 minutes into the game. He wants to be using that ultimate offensively to engage in fights, and having to use it just to clear out a minion wave, that kind of spells disaster for a Cosmic Remix.
Yeah, it does kind of.
Oh, wow,
flash. That's a flash ultimate from Linola here. Gonna find one wall, one mustache. The explosive cast is gonna throw a gold shot into the team, but it doesn't look like a Cosmic Remix is going to find anything else off of that. Tedadure is with his team. Yeah.
I don't know if he misclicked the R, but he grabbed the wrong person for sure. I guess a kill's a kill, but Lulu at this point, not necessarily the one you want to be grabbing. Oh, wow.
Whoa. Yeah, speaking of not the character you want to be grabbing, Papa is doing a huge amount of damage there, just throwing out just a couple spells, and that's what you definitely have to be worried about at this stage of the game.
I don't think he knew that binding landed. I feel like if he did, he would have thrown out the final spark to just chunk them down, or at least try to go for a kill, with the fact that his ult's on like an 18-second cooldown.
Yeah, Linola looking for the kill on a Papapus here, forced to flash over the wall. And this is kind of the power of Skarner being shown right here. Skarner is very, very fast and very, very powerful when he's underneath these gems right here. So let's
That
see
is true.
yeah, Cosmic Remix gonna try to.
Oh, they're low. I don't know if they want to take this dragon.
Oh,
My.
no. Speaking of low, CX Lotus is insanely low right here. And the teleport in from Tedaduri. The Explosive Cat's going to launch Linola into the enemy team. Not exactly where you want to be. Popopus is going to pick up the kill. Tedaduri now on the backside trying to find the 3v1. The man Tidy is going to be really big. Going to try to kite him away as best he can. Now Gold Shot is now the focus. He is really slow. He's so slow. Gold Shot going to knock both into the air with the Lulu ultimate. He's going to go down as well. 3v5 into the base now. Kazwordy gonna flash over the wall for just a little bit of disrespect as they continue to push towards the Nexus. Can they defend? Cosmic Remix, you got one last-ditch effort. Tedadure diving in on a man Tidy, the final spark, and Jack's dealing so much damage. That's going to be the ace. That's going to be the game. Mythic Esports picking up the best 2 of 3. That's going to be the win going over to them.
Yeah, not quite. Looks like Linola trying to just drag one into the base to at least finish one off. But nope, there's the re-ace as he comes alive. Oh my god, the inhib
god. Yeah. Wait, they're still in it. We're still in it, boys.
Oh my
Let's keep going. Let's go.
This is what happens when you wait too long to end the game.
Yeah,
if death timers were any shorter,
okay, there we go.
they may have been they may have been a little bit more in trouble if death timers were a bit shorter, but either way, they find a very nice victory. I don't want to say clean. Cosmic Remix had basically the entirety of that early game for themselves to do whatever they wanted with. There was just a couple of misplays, a little bit too much focus maybe onto Tedadure, you know, but I really want to, you know, give it up to Mystic there, or excuse me, Mythic, for being able to pull out a nice 2-0 victory on the night. They played a very solid 2 games.
Yeah, I totally gotta agree. I mean, if there's anything that I say Cosmic Remix, I don't think there was any like sort of glaring issues here and there. I just think that like Mythic Esport like saved up a lot of their resources and were able to like maybe win one team fight and snowballed that into like maybe like 2 turrets and then also a Baron, and then they suddenly like start to run away with the game because they have this huge tempo swing in their favor just suddenly.
Yeah, and like I said during the game as well, it was kind of a matter of the lesser of 2 evils, being better out of the worst of the macros. I do kind of want to say that I don't know if it was in part to the vision or lack of vision, I should say, from Mythic, but their macro did fall apart a little bit in the second game. I think their micro is what kind of saved them and gave them the win with the fact that Tedaduri got ahead. They won a couple of really good team fights, but there was a couple times where Cosmic was really in the game because they were taking advantage of Mythic's lack of macro in game number 2, where it seems like Mythic should have gotten a tower or something for 4 people going top using a TP, or I should say wasting a TP to go top for someone who's already dead. But they somehow come back, they claw their way out from the depths of game 2, and they end up coming back into it at the second half of that game and look really clean after the second half.
Yeah, for sure. And to those who are watching and looking at Cosmic Remix and be like, oh, Cosmic Remix stinks, they're not good, I don't think you should count them out at all. No. I think this team has shown that they have a lot of strength, even though they're taking off a lot of their comfort picks in some cases, and a lot of times showed very, very good play, very good macro play, but you know, you can't win them all. So even though they lost, I don't think you should count out Cosmic Remix in some of their future games. So keep your eyes peeled on them. They're definitely very, very good.
Yeah, for sure, especially when you're banning out, you know, 3 mid laners and the mid lane is still absolutely popping off. It's one of those players where you think you're going to ban him out, but he's just got a champion ocean, and it's kind of hard to do that. But yeah, that was a very solid set tonight, and shout out to both teams.
And with that, thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. On behalf of myself, the casters, and our entire live broadcasting crew, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.